What? We are here with Jim Iyke. We promised you it's gonna be and I bet you it's not gonna be bad comment, but we'll talk about bad comments. He's been in the news everywhere. I don't want to go to the controversy side of it. And I asked people to send in messages for me to ask you whatever they want me to ask you. But there's one question that you've answered so much, so I don't want to ask that question again about the movie you did with a lady. I promise I'm not going to ask about that. We're not going to be on that one way thing, you know. We're stepping on a new road, yeah. Yeah. You're looking good.
Thank you, I'll try.
How old are you now?
You don't want to know.
You still look the same.
Always.
What's the secret?
Vampire.
Okay, so Jim Iyke is here. Join us live on Facebook, Angel FM Kumasi 96.1. And I am speaking to my brother. Okay. One time a rapper, consistently an actor, entrepreneur, and a lot more. He's here, and we're gonna have a talk. Okay, Jim, welcome to Kumasi.
Thank you, my
America.
Thank you.
You've already started having fun already.
Yeah, I've been having fun.
You've been to a lot of places as well.
Yeah, the promotion is taking us across different parts of town, so naturally we've been all over.
Any side attraction?
Yeah, Kumasi is an old historic city. I like the vibe. I like the fact they've not lost their architectural background, the culture, and generally the vibe of the people. Kumasi is Kumasi world over, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's special here.
How many times have you been here?
Twice. The first time I came,
I
came for a business deal. We flew in the afternoon with some strange guys. The deal didn't go well. There's a franchise that I was involved in. We're trying to start. It's a fast food joint, so we're trying to start a branch here.
Okay.
It didn't work out well. The gentleman in question that made promises didn't come through, so I took my partners back.
Wow. So it was going to be an investment to boost Kumasi in terms of business-wise.
Absolutely. We came in 10 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, we were sure it's not going to happen. We flew out by 5.
Did you get pissed?
No, it's business. I don't take it personal. The guy came through later with something else because he also relied on a local.
Okay.
That promised. So we knew it wasn't our contact's fault.
Okay.
But we wish he did more research before we flew in because the guys that brought in were heavyweights.
Okay.
And you have to take your heavyweights only to places that you're sure the deal is 100%.
And how long has it been down?
7 years.
7 years now.
Yeah, I moved back to America 2 years after that, so I was away for 5 years, and that happened 2 years before then. So 7 years. Yeah.
And after 7 years, would you consider his proposal one day?
No, that deal is moved on. These guys are the kind of guys. Once it doesn't work, you don't want to talk about that deal again.
Okay.
Yeah, it will rub them the wrong way, and their financiers, they're top of their game. They don't have time for slackers.
It's been erased.
I'm not even supposed to talk about it. I can't talk about it. You can only talk about new things after that.
Oh, okay. I followed you when you started moving out in Nigeria. At a point, I saw you step outside. You saw some of your billboards, and you walked out, took some videos, short videos and pictures. You were so proud of yourself of what you've come out with it. And how do you do it? Walk out freely, with that, enthusiasm. I watch you. How do you do it?
That was 6 a.m.
6 a.m.?
Yes, 6 a.m. A lot of people, I woke up, I had a meeting at my office for 7. So that was 6 a.m. Really. A lot of people, it was a traffic jam. So a lot of people were still dealing with the traffic. That is enough distraction for them.
Then you caused a lot of traffic as well.
We saw a billboard, and I'm like, we're promoting back coming. That's when we just started promoting back coming.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's start with the disruption from here. So I came and took a quick picture, and it was a thing of pride, because we worked out for this one. To see it on that extremely large billboard, it was something special.
Yeah. Putting your movie on Times Square billboard. Would you call that one as the craziest thing you've ever done in your life?
Financially, one of the craziest things. I've done stuff that brought me to ground zero financially, and I had to pick up all over again. So nah, that's by far not the craziest thing I've done. But there's a friend of mine that was running his mouth, and I didn't like it. Don't run your mouth around me. I don't like that. Well, I was hanging out with him, and he was one of the first set of people that saw bad comment, because there was a special effect we did in New York.
Okay.
So when they finished it that morning, we took it out, and he was saying this is the best film he's ever seen from Africa. Everything was saying was Africa.
Africa.
I'm like, hold up, man. Come on, man. I mean,
It's not
why are
only
we not
Africa.
saying this is one of the best films you've seen? He said, no, man. He started this comparison and all that. He said, for instance, man, I mean, no matter how big it is, understand this. Okay, like this is war stage. It's not war stage yet. I said, what do you consider war stage? He said, this is war stage.
Okay.
I told him in 2 weeks he will shut up. And then I asked, how much will it take to put my film up there? They told me. I did it.
You did it.
Yeah.
It cost you a lot.
Hell yeah. So I called him next week and drove him down there and said,
Come down here,
now
man.
you will shut up.
Now change your statement.
Now he changed his statement right there.
Right there.
Right there. Like, okay, now we have an African film up here at the billboard in New York Times Square.
He's still not going to move out the African.
He had, but this time it was Africa on the war stage.
In the war stage.
So we put a camera on his face and like say it again. He said,
Say it.
now we have an African film right here at the Times Square. Best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Jim Iyke. So I said, okay, that's a lot better. So we had it for 3 weeks.
Oh,
So it's supposed to be 1 week.
Okay.
We had it for 3 weeks so that any African that's coming out to Times Square will see it and understand that
Yeah.
we're retelling our story in a different dimension.
People say you are crazy. At that moment, I admitted that yes, you are crazy. Because seeing your movie on the billboard and also walking on the streets, I watched the video and then I was like, yes, I am admitting now my guy is crazy.
Yeah, it's creative craziness. We've lost our mind to this game. I'm crazy about us moving forward. I'm crazy about our persuasion on a place that we rightly deserve.
Yeah.
And for long, we've been seconded and we've been left behind on so many conversations in the world. Our creativeness is not different. I still think when I see musicians, I get really proud when I see musicians, like I see their pictures up there at Times Square. And I know that it took the international labels and others to put it out there, you know? So I thought, if these people think us worthy to be put up there, I mean, what is our people doing? Well, how do they understand the height that we're pursuing? How do they understand the trajectory that we're hoping to go? So I was looking at this in terms of movies. I'm like, okay, this is going to happen in another 2 years.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting for 2 years? And when it can happen now?
Yeah.
And that's my definition of craziness.
Okay. Talking about Africa, let me ask this. You guys toil a lot to get to where you are now, and then looking back to Africa, most of the people attribute your enjoyment when after hustling, they attribute it to fake life and stuff. I know whether if you hear those things and they say celebrities are they live in fake lives. How do you feel when you hear people attribute your enjoyment to such fake life?
It's because I agree with them. The realism for a lot of people have become what you might term as the social media space. People live a life of great discomfort in order to look good there. But people forget that it's easy to look rich. Very easy. The easiest thing I've seen in my life is to look rich.
Easiest thing?
It's the easiest thing. If I say I earn about 20, 30, 50,000 cedis per month, I can afford a very good car. I can probably afford a really nice home. I can also, one way or the other, afford very good clothes. And if I'm audacious and I'm dedicated to posting really nice pictures on social media, I can convince you that I'm a multi-millionaire.
Sure.
You understand? I can borrow friends' cars, I can hang out in certain places, travel first class.
Just to prove a point.
Yes. But most of those niggas are broke.
Oh, really?
Real wealth, real riches is not what you pile up in your bank account. It's the investment portfolio that you've garnered. is the people that speak into your ear that understand the dynamism of financial literacy. It is the wealth that you've created. It's the legacy that if you don't work for 2 years, are you going to be fine?
No.
No, so I don't work sometimes 5 years. I don't shoot films for 5 years. I've not shot a film for 5 years.
Yeah.
But the understanding is that what are your alternatives? What are the secondary incomes that you set up? What kind of portfolio? Can you make money while you sleep? That is the real definition of being comfortable, being financially literate.
Okay.
You know, because once you begin to set up these secondary sources of income, okay, you're building a legacy. Can you rightfully say that your kids can pursue any dream they want? They will not live overboard, but they have enough to give them not only the best, access to education, but enough to start their dreams. I will never give my kid enough to make them excessive. Never.
Okay.
I don't care if I have Mark Zuckerberg money. I will never give everything to my kids. I will give my boys enough to open the doors, the biggest doors in the world, but I will never give them enough never to work.
Okay.
Never.
That's opportunities.
Yes, I'll give them opportunities. Once I understand what they are put on earth to do, the purpose God put them on earth, that they were designed for, I can open the doors at the highest level. But I'll never do it enough that they will not be able to work for the rest of their lives. There are certain kinds of money, and I have friends like that. I even have an uncle that's like that. They have so much, they've taught their kids to understand that they don't have to work.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I respect people like Davido.
Okay.
Because as we sit in this room, how many of us are ready to put in the hustle he does if we know that our father is worth almost $1 billion?
But he's still hustling.
He's still hustling harder than you and I. You can't owe Davido money. He'll come after you. He treats 1 million naira the same way he treats $1 million. Yes, he's very proficient in his pursuits, and I like that. So the understanding is that I've never allowed myself get comfortable. Never. Comfort is where visions and dreams go to die. Okay, so everything I do is to keep myself uncomfortable. Every time that I'm beginning to understand in my head that I'm attaining that level of comfort, I reach higher, I reach further. I inconvenience myself to understand better what I want to do. I had a deal. There's an ex-girlfriend that set up a deal just recently.
One of the exes.
Yes, an ex-girlfriend. Please don't quarrel with your exes. That's the idea of this story.
You shouldn't.
No, don't. You never know which door that will open. Now make a point.
But I asked you something. One of the exes.
One of the exes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, we kept talking. Her opening line was that I have a deal from my boss. I can't do the deal because it goes against, it contravenes my contract. I can't give it to my man because he doesn't understand business the way you do.
Okay.
I know how much you love business and how much you love money. So it's only fair I give it to you. Then I'll cut my boyfriend. I thought that was the greatest praise I've received in a long time. Because this is somebody that he didn't end too well. But she also understood that when she got an opportunity, that I'm probably the most proficient person that will make it happen. So she brought it. I brought in a cousin of mine, and we made it happen.
Okay.
It worked well. So when we met again in New Jersey with the other partners, the white boys that made it happen, we sat in there. The first thing we thought at that level of the returns was that we're going to go to a club, wild out, celebrate. But all these guys were concerned about was, okay, so what are you doing next?
Okay.
What do you really do? They weren't interested in the celebrity. And I mean, I'm not as big as the people they've met.
Yeah, they were particular about the aftermath.
What is the aftermath? What after this now? What are you pursuing? What can we be a part of next? And we had to start lying there to keep up. Because I mean, all our dreams of going to go and celebrate died there. This is a different level, a different realm. Where these are things, that money that we made is probably what kind of money those guys make every week. For us, yeah. There are those kind of level of boys. Those white boys that wear khakis and funny T-shirts and then funny shoes.
They make the real
money.
And
they have $500 million in their account. You just made $250K and you want to start wilding out. So they're keeping you. They're keeping you in check. So we said no. We're going back home. We're going back to Atlanta. And it's okay. Yeah, we'll give you a ride and we'll talk about it. So next day we drive to the airport, the private place, and then we see something like an Airbus. It wasn't a private jet. We said, why did these people say it's a private jet? We thought it was, It was a big plane. But that is the private jet on one of those guys.
Okay.
Okay. So we got there. It was looking like a whole hotel that was converted into a private jet.
Huge one.
And my cousin was trying to take a picture, and I held his hand like, "Don't do it, man.
Don't do
disgrace me here."
Stay
because
calm.
everybody was acting like this is the normal lifestyle. When you know you've attained success, is when you're sitting on an Airbus that's a private jet, and you're not taking pictures, you're not doing selfies.
That's real one.
We were used to private jets like every other week, but we've never sat in a private jet that looked like an Airbus. So my cousin was trying to take pictures. We're like, no, man, act normal. Act like this.
This is different.
This is different. This is a different run. They dropped us off in Atlanta and continued to God knows where. But that was the reality check of my life.
Wow.
That's when I understood that at every level, there's a new level to attain. And every one of them comes with a different degree of humility.
You don't lose relationships.
No, you don't. And humility, okay? Whatever it is that you think that you're doing, there are people doing it bigger, and it hasn't changed. And that's the understanding about money. Money doesn't really change you. It just amplifies who you are.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, more money will make you a bigger asshole. And you want to shit on all over people. If you're a nice person and you make money, money will make you a nicer person. You want to lift as many people as possible.
That's deep.
That's deep. That's what it is.
That's deep.
So I took that ideology and I decided that I'm not going to be in front all the time making noise with people. I just want to hang out with the people behind the scenes. They are the ones that
make it happen.
Yes.
Wow. We are talking with Jim Iyke. Jim Iyke is a very, very good actor. And he's here today, and we are going to talk about Bad Comments, his new movie in town at the moment. But before I go on to that, Ghana and Nigeria have been having a healthy competition from football to music.
Are you sure you want to call it a healthy competition?
Because even as much as we disagree with each other, we still don't fight. And so that's why I call it healthy.
I agree.
Because we've been arguing for only God knows ages.
Even food.
And then from movie
Our
from
cuisine.
Yes, and then jollof. Do you think both countries could have even done something better to enter the world market, like what you did with the movie Ghana Niger movie during the Glamour Girls and stuff that you penetrated just like that? Do you think both countries could have done something differently to invade the world properly?
I think those two countries were supposed to be the proper sisterhood, not brotherhood. Sisterhood. That when you say your sister country, your sister city, your sister that, God gifted us that. Our leadership messed it up and then imbued a different ideology of difference in our people's mind, and our people were far more fixated on the difference than what was the community amongst us. Okay, I can't think of any of your cuisine that we don't have or replicated on ours. Some of these cities, sometimes I look around, it's like a part of our city. Our cultures are so alike, we kind of even look alike. When a chick outside our divide will not date a Nigerian, the next person they will settle for is a Ghanaian. And when they will date a Ghanaian, hey man, we're always willing and ready, So it's something. The community is astounding, and I think we should have been far more fixated on what made us alike than what made us different. It's just the border. Many times I travel, I take off with an assistant or somebody I sent to Lagos. I land in Accra before he lands in Lagos or somewhere. Okay, it's 45 minutes here, sometimes 15 minutes, or an hour to get to Lagos. So it's astounding. I don't know why we don't want to celebrate what makes us together. That move was made, and people don't understand it in its earnestness. You find it okay, which I think is the African mentality. When you're colonized by white people, you're invaded, and they make you subservient to their visions and their purposes, and you take it. You think it's a normal order of thing, but you can't take it when a brother comes in here just because he's profiting better than you. You decide that he's the enemy, that he's a competitor that you cannot work with. But no, it doesn't work like that. The force of will that was being created in the film industry, you would have let it be. Let's come in here. Let it look like we're profiting more. We're doing more. Be quiet to it until you learn.
Yeah.
Learn the process. That's how everybody became bigger.
Yeah.
You must serve in order to be the boss. So is that part that when they were coming in, when that partnership was forged and Nigerians were coming in here to do the film of business, a lot of people felt at some point, no, it's a takeover. No, it's not a takeover. It's how all the greats did it. They served first before they became the boss. So from that undoing, you would have learned the true craftsmanship of this trade. You would have learned enough to see at some point, okay, Nigeria, show us the door. Get out. Or sit down and do it now by our terms. So when you kick out the partnership a little too early in the day, that's what happens. You're stifled of knowledge. You're stifled of the street, craftsmanship of this business, and then you want to depend only on paper qualification, on people that have been to some of the best schools and brought it back. No. What Nigeria have done, and I tell you, is they've perfected the act of guerrilla shooting. That's what they've done. We can shoot. We can, for instance, Bad Comment. I shot Bad Comment under $1 million. $1
million.
Yes. When we sat down and I was having a conversation with my first agent, they looked at it and said, why would you put this budget? Because the first order of things that they disagreed with the budget. And I was beginning to get mad, like, what is this? Are people saying we didn't spend this much money?
You believe in taking risk?
No, they said no. Like this film looked like a film that was shot with about $8 million. Okay, that's the summation of all of them in that room we have. So you can't put it in here. You're going to even disappoint them. So we had to up our budget, seriously. Because in my home, in Ghana's home, I can go to you, I can say, hey, give me your cars. You give me your cars, I'll shoot. It's in the budget.
Yeah.
I can go to you, say, give me your home. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know, I can open the doors to my business. My friends unleash their cars. I open my garage, brought out my cars. A filmmaker, ordinarily in the US or Europe, will not use their personal properties. Okay?
Yeah.
I won't ask my neighbor for his cars. Do you know how many of my neighbors I didn't even have to ask? I just pulled up in the morning, demanded a key.
And he started taking them.
Took houses. I commanded almost everybody's property at some point. And then there were accesses. And there's certain watches I wanted I didn't own. I'll ask, hey, do you have a Rolex of this make here? Latest one? Yeah, give it to me. Hey, do you have, I have a 2015
and willingly people
Rolls Royce.
Came out.
I want a 2020. Oh, that guy has a 2020. They will call him, he'll pull up. So we pooled resources and we made a film. You understand? So they can't do it. They don't know. Who are you going to call in Europe to give you that kind of help? They will call the police on you.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
They will call the police.
Yeah.
They will think you've entered scam.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I made a movie in London, right? I had some of my cool white friends. I called some of those guys. Were like, hey, can we get that your card? He said, for what, Jim?
For what?
What are you talking about? I mean, give you my car. I mean, okay. So you buy fuel, you buy that. They gave me the bill.
Yeah.
I told them, in Africa we don't do that
and
stuff.
You need to be put on the insurance as well.
Bro, they made me pay for the car at the end of the day, Charlie. So I'm like, okay, keep your car back. I'd rather go do the rental. So that is the thing. That is what we brought here.
Yeah.
That is what crossing over, how to do the business of movie making. It's show business.
Yeah. Okay,
you guys are so fixated on the show. You forget there's a business.
There's a business.
Okay, so we understand the business. So while we were here, you'd have let it be. Forge the partnership. Make even if you're losing, stay there until you learn.
Yeah.
You guys have some of the best minds in the world. I'm telling you. I mean, you guys are super smart people. You would have learned it well, how to forge this will in confluence with your purpose. And at the end of the day, you show that's how business is done. You show us the door. At that time, we're comfortable. Yeah. So when you show us the door, we want to leave. Then we'll have to now readjust our terms and conditions to suit yours, so that the boss will now go to the master. Yeah. I mean, whoever is the servant will not go to the master, and that's it. Because we have other avenues, would have readily done business by your terms. But they didn't wait. Everybody got emotional. Everybody started saying one group convinced the other group, and they shut their door. And we just laughed and walked away. Because
sitting back at the point, I felt like Ghana and Nigeria could have done better than China, because China worked in silence, and then later came out and they blew up. Now they've taken all over, which Nigeria and Ghana could have done better. Is it late?
There's distrust now. Once distrust has come into the equation, Everybody is watching everybody too much. Then it was a brotherhood. I'm making a movie with my Ghanaian brother. I'm making a movie with my Nigerian brother. It was a thing of pride. It was a thing of joy. Now everybody is like, watch your back, Charlie, when you're doing with that Nigeria. And the Nigerians are like, watch your back. How do we contract you sign? They will kick you out just when the deal is getting good. That's a problem.
So is it what influenced you to, step into Ghana and then pick a girlfriend from here?
Which of them?
The Ghana and Niger collaboration.
It's a partnership, my brother. You people didn't set boundaries. Did you set boundaries as to what I'll do and what I will
do?
Okay, so if it's a partnership, I'm allowed to eat banku.
And you did business and did another business.
And I'm allowed to, come in every sphere. When you guys come to Nigeria, they will restrict you to a bailon. No, you eat jollof rice, don't you? And white rice.
Yeah.
Do you know how many of my friends that said they're coming to visit me, by the end of the day, they carted away one of our prized possessions, and we just watch it like that because, you guys like to form gentlemen. You guys are the most dangerous people ever. They just come there with their straight shirt and straight pants. Like Ghanaians can wear straight pants, and then everybody, these girls will think, you see, you guys are too rough for us. These are the nice people. Until
really?
They strike, and when they strike, they come back crying to us. I'm like, okay, so now you know what it is. The devil,
It's better than. Okay, we will talk about Bad Comment, your new movie, but before that, I want to ask you this one. We've been talking about welfare of celebrities, especially actors, for about 3 weeks or a month now on this particular program. We've been discussing how best we can, put up a welfare to think about our celebrities. I don't know how it works in Nigeria. How is it like?
Nigeria is, again, a force of will. People that came together and decided that what they're pursuing is not a curriculum. Until you people stop treating it like an extracurricular activity, like a hobby, like a means to an end, a side hustle, so to speak. I didn't treat my career like a side hustle. I had 2 degrees. I had people would open doors. I had super rich. My dad wasn't super rich, but
he was okay.
It was super okay. But I had uncles that were on that billionaire level that I could have gone to and acted like I wanted to die, and things would start happening fast. But what I wanted to do was that I really believed that this was my lifelong pursuit. This is what will open doors in every sphere of my life for me. This is the legacy I'll leave my children of comfort. So there wasn't a plan B. Okay. There was an extracurriculum. It wasn't a hobby for me.
Okay.
I studied something entirely different. I focused on this and said, this is what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Until you people understand that you can't treat this like a side hustle, you keep getting the same result. Okay, so when you treat it as the only thing, you understand how to untwist the government, how to bring them to the table. You understand how to untwist the financial institution, how to bring them to the table. You understand how to untwist the private sector and bring them to the table, because you pivot conversations. You are the biggest, most amplified force in every society, the celebrities, the creatives. So that's what we did. At some point, they could not ignore it. The music is everywhere. The film is everywhere in Nigeria. And that's because of how we decided that this force of will must happen. The pull-down structure, the pull-down phenomenon is too evident here. Everybody's this pocket of interest where everybody's pushing the agenda, the individual agenda.
Self-agenda.
Yeah, you can only get so far doing that. As a collective, you move further, you move faster. Okay? And as a collective, you can force anybody to the table. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're pushing our thing.
So you think we don't move collectively, we don't move together?
Whatever it is that informs our difference back home, the one singular thing is that every time there's an international opportunity, we come together as one unequivocal force to get that opportunity first. When Netflix came, we came together, took the deal, then we started being greedy, and everybody was trying to get, but we brought the deal first. Okay. Amazon, the same.
You forgot about individual differences, and they came together.
It has to be a like-mindedness.
Okay.
And it's not apparent here, So when that comes, then you can begin to structure your returns, your ROI, because no financial institution will invest in a structure that doesn't have an explicit or a contemporary ROI, firm ground to be invested in. How is the return? How is it going to be? I mean, what are the collaterals? What are the, what's the financial literacy that's involved in it? Well, how does it make sense to them? So all those things, and they are well established. You have a well established private sector. You have a thriving political system here. You have a leadership that is open-minded. Okay, it's a capitalist world out here. So the welfare can only complement what you're asking for, how you've structured your industry, your establishment to make those requests. We made that happen, and nobody can take it for granted. Is in Nigeria, a producer can sit down at Netflix, give me $1 million, I'll give you a series.
So
and it happened.
So sitting back, you feel that we haven't done enough as Ghanaians.
How can you ask for something that you haven't attained? Okay, when the structure is right, you can ask for virtually everything. When we wanted to start back coming, I had banks. I was already. I'm in real estate. Okay. We have 2 or 3 banks we work with. I can walk in and just take serious money and go do my. But this was a different thing. And most of them were very skeptical about it. I'm in logistics. I do a little bit of oil and gas sometimes. We're also in Airbnb when the travel industry. Okay, so I didn't want to do this with that. When we sat down with my financiers and I said, this is what I'm going to create. This is the amount I need. They said, okay, take from your real estate, stake it as collateral.
Okay,
we'll give you the money you need. You go shoot your film.
Okay.
And I hated that because they never asked me, take money from your travel agency, fund your what you call it, your my real estate business in order to move forward. They never asked me that. So why are you making that request in my entertainment business? So I decided to fund it alone.
Okay.
So after funding it, I sat down and put together a thesis of sorts and sent it to the financial institutions and said, this is the return that is a potential for this. By the time Netflix give me X figure or Amazon give me X figure, I release it on these other platforms. I can sell it to that. I'm making almost 1,000% on ROI. It takes you 4 or 5 months for you to cash out every time I do a real estate deal. So you see, this is faster. This is actually more viable. You turned it down because you thought
the return is very quick one.
Yes. So that woke them up to the fact they're having discussions amongst themselves how they're going to fund my next project now. That will not happen here.
It will not happen.
It can't happen now here because basically there's no belief system, there's no background, even there's no structure as to how this return can even come. Okay, Netflix is not paying that kind of money here. You can get in Nigeria you can make about $500 million.
So you think Ghana we are far behind? Alone. We think Ghana is far behind.
You're not far behind. You just refuse to wake up to the fact of recent situation.
Bad comments. Bad comments. I saw an artwork, EIB network collaborating with Basement launch, trying to let people have a feel of the bad comment. So how's the bad comment doing now?
Amazing. Number one, for the last 2 months back home, we've toured about 5 or 6 cities. We've been doing something really unique of late. I've been doing something that I tried here. People are looking at it funny. So I felt the premier experience is usually geared to a certain class. Everybody in this room can afford a ticket. There are people that want to see your work, that support your work, students and low-income earners that can't afford a ticket. So what we did was that I said, let me change the experience. I got all my businesses I'm involved in. I called the associates. I called a board meeting for each of them. I called people that I've done business with and friends that have supported me, top tier friends. And I said, if you want to support me, buy tickets for my fans. Okay? Buy out theaters for my fans. It means nothing to you. It means one watch to you. You guys buy $200,000 watches. One hall is about $20,000. So buy it out. Buy 7 for me. And I'll give you free of charge. Yes. And that's what they did. In Lagos, they bought 5 and I gave it free of charge. Everybody that came to Lagos watched. In Abuja, they bought 7 theaters. Okay?
And it takes you to the grounds.
It takes just 4 people. They just bought 4 theaters.
And it gets you connected to the
the
real people.
You know the show of love and appreciation where you call people that support you and say, guys, bring your family, bring your kids, come watch this movie free of charge. So we did it for 7 theaters. 5, 4, 3, 2, different places. So I came to Accra and I said, hey, where are your rich folks? Okay? Where are your boys that got money? buy at the theater. You know, they're like, Charlie, that was. I said, no, it's not for me. I don't need the money. But buy at the theater. Let me invite students. Let me invite low-income earners. I can tell my driver, for instance, is complaining that he's saying he's got 7 people in his family. He can only afford 2. Now I can tell him, bring us 7 and come and watch this film free of charge. Just buy your popcorn. As a matter of fact, saying at some point, I'll do half a theater, buy all the popcorn. You guys buy 2. Well, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen?
No, nobody.
In Accra?
No.
People had to come in and then buy it themselves.
Buy things and go. So what I did, I went to the Nigerian community, the Igbo community, and I told Chief Wandu and the SND Igbo there, that's the head of the Igbo community. I said, I want a free theater. So they bought 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So I when I came to Kumerica.
Yeah.
I said, okay, this is cool. It's here. I mean, it's Kumasi, man. This is Gold City. You know what I'm saying? So you guys do even 10 seats, man. You know, let me. there's old money here, bro. You know. No, come on, man. Let do 10 seats or 20. Let me give you that free of charge to someone. Charlie, it's been a brick wall, man.
Oh my God.
So, maybe tomorrow I'll just get mad and say, okay, in the morning, okay, I'll do 1 hour. But it's only 1 theater, so I'm not even saying I have to do 470.
You see?
And it's a matter of fact that when I came here, they said the theaters are closed because of COVID.
Yeah.
So we had to do extra stuff. Trust me, you don't even know how we got the material. I had to sign different papers because the risk factor as well. To do it in Micklin, yeah, because the projector we're using, not the cinema culture, so to speak. So
okay, on the upstairs, right?
Yeah. So there you go. So it's just 1 theater. So I'm like, just 400 seater, man. 400 seater times 30, Charlie. That's about I don't know, 12,000 cities or something like that. That's chump change, man.
Oh. Managers, okay. So when are you showing it at Meklu Hotel?
Yes, so we're going live and direct 5 p.m. Japanese people's time, not African people's time. Please don't be like my people in time. Nigerians are the worst timekeepers on earth.
4:35 thereabout.
No, 5.
That's how they go about it.
Yeah, no. If you say 5, Nigerians will come 9 o'clock. Seriously, you say 10, they'll come 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah, so they're the worst timekeepers ever. We project 3 hours ahead of the show. So basically, 5 p.m. be there. We do red carpet. You can take all the pictures you want to take with me. Only if you have a ticket, though. I will not take pictures with people that don't have ticket.
Okay, you need to get a ticket.
Yeah, you have to take a ticket. The show starts 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And it's not expensive. It's only 30
I made it dead poor.
Yeah, 30 Ghana cedis for single and 50 for
double.
So 50 30, single for VIP. Yeah?
30 Ghana cedis for single, 50 for double.
Okay.
50 for VIP.
Okay.
And double is 100.
100.
Okay. So with VIP affords you access to the screening as well as the after party.
Okay.
Single, you can only see the screening, but you have to pay to get into the after party. The after party is in Kumasi Mall. Basement.
Yeah.
So basement, we're shutting down basement from 10. It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be real.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
That's this guy's venue.
Oh, it is? Big man, is that where you hang out? Okay, I need that beer. That's something to it, man.
So I think all the ladies are coming because this guy is coming.
Oh, for real? Oh, is that the ladies, man?
Yeah.
I knew this guy was dangerous when he comes to Yeah. There's a way, you know them the way they walk. They have a certain assurance, man. Like, okay, my brother, I'm going to plug into you. Man, get that guy's number real quick.
He can lead you.
Oh, for real? All right, bring all your sexy girls, man. Let's hang out. It's a back comment night. It's by one of our own. I mean, it's greatest film produced from my divide. I want to enjoy with my people, man. Let's hang out.
Under 1 minute, just give us a bit of the story, you know. So
it's a chronicle of the what you might term as the social media space. I wanted a common denominator. I wanted something that can be called a black, a Hollywood, Bollywood. Or Nollywood film. I wanted a universally viable film, a film that would resonate with anybody, be Russian, Ghanaian, Nigerian, British. You walk in, you say, this is a beautiful film. It's about us as a people, as people that cohabit this place called Earth. We're saying that what is happening there is tragic. The internet, the social media space has become the shortcut to untold opportunities where you can walk in there. You don't need agents, you don't need middlemen. You can sell yourself on the highest stage and become wealthy. and famous seemingly overnight.
Okay.
But it's also a place of tragedy.
Okay.
The bullying has to stop.
Yeah.
The cyberbullying has to stop.
Yeah,
The
sure.
boys, you don't know whose heart you're breaking. You don't know whose dreams you're killing. You don't know who you're driving to depression or suicide. The ages of 15 to 19 are most susceptible to suicide. Okay? And of that age, 77% of them are from the mid and low income societies. These kids are thinking about to kill themselves. You're building the future. Who are you building the future for if this is in jeopardy? So we're saying that conversation must be had at the highest level.
Yeah.
It's for entertainment, but there's also an advocacy behind it. It's the greatest film I've ever made in my entire career.
Yeah. Very
So,
educative.
yeah, very, very.
Any
educative.
plans of premiering in the UK?
We have London, we have Paris, we have Houston, we have Birmingham. So
Okay.
that's the whole argument. When we finish Nigeria, we're going to head straight into abroad.
Yeah.
And then everybody said, first of all, do the big movie cities, do Kenya, do South Africa. I said I want to come to Ghana. They had a meeting on my head to say, man, we're not going to make money in Ghana. Why are we going to Ghana? I said, well, I've been on top of this. I've been 100%. I think it's time I got emotional a bit. I would rather, if I miss bringing it to Ghana now, the next time you people will see it is on Netflix. And not everybody has Netflix. So this is my opportunity to come and share with my people, man. And
Yeah.
you know, I went against the advice of my team, but I'm having a good time. and I don't have regrets.
Can someone term it as a compensation to us?
As a compensation for what? Have I ever taken anything from you that?
Yes, you
I
did.
know where you're going with
Yes,
this,
you
man.
did.
You know your name. You're supposed to be my friend, man. You're trying to sell me short on this and start saying that I took something from. What about what you guys have taken from us? Why is
Oh,
nobody talking about it?
It was mutual.
And the people I took this, you think I took things from, they enjoyed me taking those things. So why are you complaining about it? You think they didn't enjoy it? You know, it's a mutual thing, bro.
Mutual.
Yes, they took from me, I took from them, man.
Okay,
It's
so
a
it was
business transaction.
Kind of revenge.
It's a business
Business
transaction, my
transaction.
brother. That was mutually
50-50.
beneficial.
50-50.
The extreme, no, sometimes 60-40 self, but I
Okay, when will we see you back with maybe probably Sarkodie doing hardcore rap like you did in the past?
you see, the business of music was just fun. It was extracurricular activity for me. I was just vibing with my peoples. Two-Face, Sound Sultan of Blessed Memory, and some heavyweights. We're just hanging out. Michael Blackson too was in that. Did you see Michael Blackson looking young? And
Yeah.
So I was just having a good time. I didn't take it seriously. But however, I'm taking the business of film, of music business seriously.
Okay.
So we're setting up a record label. We're already done.
Okay.
It's just that we're super busy now.
Okay.
I'm launching my book immediately after this. It's called Gifting the Odds.
Okay.
And after that, sometime early next year, maybe March, we'll be ready for music. We'll bring in some super talent. I'm signing across Africa. I'm not
Wow.
the market. I'm signing across Africa.
Across Africa.
Anybody that's super
Bringing
good-
out talent.
Yes, I don't care where the person's coming from. That music is seamless now,
Yeah.
man. People can stay here, make
So
music.
we should expect a big
Anyway.
record label from you. We should expect big record label from you.
Oh, you know, my record label is already there. It's called Untamed Records. It's from there that I made the album I released.
Now you're going to concentrate more
now
on
on talents, on super talents. There's so much talents out here, man.
Okay.
Let's give them opportunity.
We're gonna leave you to go on with your rounds as well because you've got a busy schedule. But I want to ask you: are you crazy? Are you temperamental?
Nope. There's everything works in effect. Okay, for you. The whole idea of being temperamental are by people that are mediocres. Okay, I don't suffer fools. I put in 100% in everything I do. So anytime that I'm in contact with somebody in partnership or otherwise that is not on top of their game, I don't tolerate it because I bring 200% to the table. The least you can do is meet me with 50%. So that's it. I don't have time for slackers. The way I walk when I was 19, I got into this business when I was 20 years old. The way I walk double that way now. So you have no excuse to come to my table. If you want to come eat from my table, come correct.
It's an action time.
It's action time. When we want to laugh and have fun, we'll do. But Ask them. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Yeah. And
What
you're
is
working?
you? What? Yeah, 5 a.m. I've been up. This guy's
Yeah.
a slave driver, man.
Yeah.
And you know, Manze, he doesn't play.
Yeah.
5 a.m. I'm up. I've been working. I'm going to finish today at 12 p.m.
I was in the farms then.
Okay, so check that out. So if I'm working like that and you're my team, what is your excuse?
Yeah, you have no excuse.
No. I don't do
We
that.
have a surprise for you. A young man came up with something just for you and just to surprise you. Yeah, bring it. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. He pulled up with this one just for you.
No, it's so nice.
Wow.
Thank you, man.
It's a pencil work.
Okay. What's your name, my brother? Bright Santi. Thank you so much. This is
So that we can capture you very well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, okay. Yeah, so, okay. So we did a presentation now. Bright Asante gifting out this pencil work from him to Jim Iyke. It's a very lovely one. Very, very lovely one.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Angel 96.11.
This man is unpredictable. His name is Ike.
The special one, the unpredictable.
Angel 96.11.
My fifiani yama, and name gang gang. Yeah, bitchy is samba. You know we outside. Yeah, papa say baby, come through if you wanna. Come to for your bomba, yeah. Inti and catch you say sana we. Inti and catch you say sana we. All my niggas with me and we ballin' all day. Them is still outside. After moody and money. I'm winning the award. Why's that baby casa do so winning the award? I'm winning the award. I'm winning the award. I'm dropping so winning the award. I'm winning the award. I'm winning the award.
Angel 96.11.
Yeah, they don't know. I be on my grind. Yeah. Flexing, boy, I shine. 24/7, God, they online. Tryna get a question. Yes, enter that, I'm searching. Enter, I press. Now some confirm me, I'm an infrared, you know, but down in the cash. So roll up, I'm swerving. When I show up, it's a blessing. Yeah, I got that for a bad dancing. So I'm good with high in my settings. Really rollers be a diamond side, but I know what time it is. Me know me the D, my journey when I be DB, I share me family. Everything I say, make the news like I'm a journalist. Start out me with questions, but I'm busy, I know the time. Yeah. Inti and catch you say sana we. Inti and catch you say sana we. All my niggas with me and we ballin' all day. Them is still outside. I say more than money. I'm winning the award. Indian FM. I should have off for boot.
So we're gonna wrap up with Jim Iyke.
You know we outside.
He's got a busy schedule, and you know the traffic situation in Kumasi. And this morning, we are signing off, and then
Okay.
I think you were in the news in the morning that you were late for.
Yeah, because of it's
you were late, right?
Yeah, and the traffic. No, the traffic was horrible, man.
Horrible,
I didn't
yeah.
anticipate that.
Okay.
And the guy was very impatient as well.
The interviewer.
Yeah. Because we got there and then, they weren't right. You see, when we came in, everything is right.
Yeah.
They weren't right. So.
But what happened?
I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but,
Yeah, but
I like professionals. You
Yeah.
see the way we came in, you were ready, everything on point.
Yeah.
They weren't professionals, so they can't blame us. Time is money, my brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. And I know, but before you leave Kumasi, you will start thinking about investment, and that will bring you back to Kumasi.
Yes,
and I'm
definitely.
very sure of that.
If you guys make it conducive, that's the idea.
Oh, Amansba is dead.
The mayor.
The mayor. Thanks so much, Jeff.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
thanks so
it, guys.
much. Thanks
So
so
I'll
much.
see you guys tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
Please,
We-
come
we-
support.
yeah, we're coming.
Yeah, then from
We're
there
coming.
we'll go to basement and party.
Hey.
All right. Peace out, guys.
All right. Thanks so much. That was Jim Iyke. Live on Angel 96.1. And today we have Scott Evans. Can any can Evans? Is that it? You know, say bro for seminar about any can Evans. I we still haven't. What do you know? I was in the past, right? You can't Evans. And I have maybe so can Evans. So what was yours? What the other day? Evans and Evans.
Evans to me though.
And no better. Evans.
Evans.
All right.